Hi guys, this is Skittflash here, and welcome back to Let's Play Dangan Ronpa 2 Blind. In the last part, we started off with a class trial, the 5th class trial. The shit is getting real class trial. And something about panels, it was wind pressure. No, not glorious Nihon. Not wind pressure, they probably used the Monokuma panels. We were talking about how the fire could have been started. A huge number of tipped over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene. It looked they were scattered everywhere, but some were lying on top of each other in a single time. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin. Does that mean anything? The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect. Yeah, okay. In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. Look at that. That's how neat. So why did that one rope get burnt then, if that pillar is way over there? And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighters at the end. But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over? That's probably why they turned the lights off in the warehouse so we couldn't notice them. Was to hide the domino effect. Interesting. And one more thing, there's something else the killer did to hide the— oh, the music! That makes sense. Why would you go through all the trouble of doing that, though? Let's see. The MP3 player. Soka! Well, at least we got health. When were we dying? I guess we did do a wrong thing. You're talking about the MP3 player? That him blurring through the warehouse masked the sounds of falling panels. It felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the light. Within the darkness, a loud hymnal blared through the warehouse in full volume. No, I'm talking about the— no, I'm not talking about the music, as if on cue it suddenly started. Okay, so I kind of heard it. That's it. So that strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling. Looking back on it. I always forget there's voice acting. I kind of feel bad, but like it's neat to listen to every now and then. There's not opening? Yeah, okay. It's a trap. Yeah, how many times have you watched this? This is like the third time. This is like Naruto status, where we just watch the same flashbacks over and over again. So the door is being blocked by a Monokuma panel. Those things shouldn't be too heavy, though. But whatever. And that's how the warehouse caught on fire, at least that's how it looks. So, but why would you go so far to, like, hide that? She could barely open the door. But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through it, right? So how did, the door was the only entrance to the warehouse. If the door was the only entrance to the warehouse, the killer couldn't have left. There couldn't have been— could have been hidden inside. They couldn't have— yeah. How would they have left? Because we were all there. If the panel was closed to the door, that it couldn't barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave. What does that mean they're hiding inside? No, we were all outside the warehouse. I believe some kind of setup was used. You don't have to think so hard, there's actually only one person who could have probably done this shit. Oh, you mean Komaeda? The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse, there's only one person who could have done that. Doop boop boop boop. Oh, I don't want to see Komaeda's dead portrait. That's going to be depressing. The X is sort of weird too. Okay. We're slowly getting all our health back. What if it was Nagito? He wasn't just the victim, maybe. Yeah, it could be a suicide, but I mean, that was so case 4. He was the victim and he was the perpetrator too, maybe. Oh yeah, I mean the spear would definitely entail like a— yeah, if he let go of that string, then that would like kind of entail like suicide, but all that other stuff kind of doesn't. That kind of doesn't. Those are self-inflicted, but Nagito might do something like that. Yeah, that is definitely something messed up he'd do. Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie down his own arms and legs. It seems like we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up. Really? Do you need to go on this tangent, though? No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible. Like we're overlooking something, huh? Okay, like the left rope, or the right rope. Burnt rope, there we go. At least we have, you know, the right amount of things. To actually tie up your own arms and legs, that's obviously impossible. Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible. You couldn't do that much with the free arm. If you're impossible, if you're by yourself, what if you use your teeth? Or you use your front tail? Uh-huh. Really? Nothing? Nagito should have tied himself up too. That's okay, right? Because he had a burnt rope, he had a free hand. Uh-huh, tying your thing is one thing, but tying both arms, you couldn't do much with... You couldn't do much, no, yeah, I don't know why that'd be right. That wouldn't be right. Is there a way for you to tie up your arms and legs? Okay. Let's go through the other evidence we have. Torture wounds, survival knife, duct tape, Monokuma plushie. Yeah, it definitely seems like burnt rope is the only lead we have unless we have to do the copy thing. What if you use your teeth? Or use your front tail? That's all there is to it. What do we have to do? Let's look. Okay. I see, we just had to be quick about that. It's never the first one, that's like... Come on. Isn't that premise flawed? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were... No, there should have been... It shouldn't have been both his arms. It looked that way because his knife was in there, but... The rope in his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up. Burnt by the fire. He should have been tied up before then. Nope. Nope. Because there's no way that rope should have burnt up at all. It might look like that, but that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it. His right sleeve, the lighter, the duct tape, the right sleeve. It wasn't burnt up, bro. Take a close look at his right sleeve, because we can see that right now, right? We have picture evidence or something. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burnt up at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burnt in advance, so it looks like it was burnt in the fire. The Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up. He was able to move it freely. I'll let you cop a feel you. I'll let you cop a feel if you want. Okay, that's definitely wrong. Yeah, please. I just gotta get a Benjamin for him before I let him touch me, right? Let's get back to the matter at hand. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it. Maybe he was holding the knife with his left hand. That's why it was clenched up like that. And then he stabbed it into his right hand. And then moved his right hand. This is all so convoluted. Hold on, there should be a way. So, what do we have? Is it the left arm? Torture wounds, burned rope, survival knife, blood on girder. Let's just see what this is going on about. Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand? He could have threw the knife in the air and let the knife fall. That could be it. Could he stab his hand that way? That requires some awful precision. Is he a knife throwing expert? He's the ultimate everything. Maybe he propped the knife somehow. That's another thing. And slammed his right hand on it. Propped it onto what? He could have just used his bound left hand. If you're tied up, your arm won't bend that easily. Okay, maybe, yeah, maybe. If Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself with the palm, how did he do it? He had it propped up with... It could have been the Monokuma plushie somehow. I don't know how that'd do anything. Blood on girder looks promising here, though. Even though it's kind of goes against what I think. Have we ever? Nope. I'm trying to think. Have we ever like? But the problem is, what did he prop it with? Okay. Let's think of this again. Even if Nagato's right hand was free, How could he stab his right hand with his right hand? He just threw the knife in the air and the knife fall. Hell no. He propped the knife up somehow and slammed the right hand down on it. Propped it onto what? He probably just propped the knife. He could have just used his bound left hand. That sounds like an idea. What did the torture wounds say? His thighs were also covered. No, nothing important there. Survival knife. It's safe to assume that these wounds, the survival knife that was stabbed into Gito's right hand, was blood on the left hand a clue? I don't think it was on this for this file. Damn it. What is a life-size Monokuma plushie? Its huge body hole in the stomach as if it was stabbed. How would I don't think he could do anything with that. Oh, he could have propped it up with the Monokuma thing? I guess. That wouldn't make much sense at all. But it's the only thing I can think of right now. So, let's try the Monokuma plushie. If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. Wait, what? Do we have blood on the left hand? Nope. Okay. We don't have blood on the left hand, do we? Blood on girder, Monokuma panels, survival knife, burnt rope, torture wounds, oil lighter, Monokuma panels, blood on girder, Monokuma plushie. There's too much evidence, man. Is it this? Hey! Finally, we can consent something with Chiaki. That's new, I think. I can't remember it doing that before. The life-size Monokuma plushie. You must have used that to prop the knife. That's why there's a big hole. Now, how would you do that? And why is that all the way over there? He had to place the plushie near him, and that also explained the mysterious blood on the plushie. So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife. God, he has some pain tolerance for this, doesn't he? Or is that what, maybe the poison? I don't know, something about the poison seems like it would be important here. But for a moment, I seriously thought that Monokuma died or something. A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long. After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off. How? I get that what you're saying all about his wound in the right hand, but there's still one huge problem. You're painful as fuck, man. That spear, basically you're saying Namito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear. Well, we have an explanation for that one already. If you think about it in order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. How is that possible? He can't grab the spear with his right hand. Then he probably took the spear first, and then nope. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly. Hey, okay, that's nice. In that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself. That's why he held the thing with his right hand. I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else. So, to think one of us can kill someone with such cruelty, I never could believe that. You just don't want to believe it, huh? That's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again. Same goes for this time. Damn. It's against the rules for you to fear for this round. Damn. I have a plan of my own. Alrighty then. Monami's hassling me. But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. This might be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted and it's too convenient. No. It's true that we've constantly been betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I get betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone. Nice. But it's not impossible. You gotta do that. You hold the little thing, man. I don't know. Okay. That's nice. Then even now, let's go. So then, what do we have that indicates that? Torture wounds, burnt rope, survival knife, blood on left hand. There we go. That seems like what we need to use. Blood on left hand. How did he go to catch himself with the spear? Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered with the knife, right? And he was only able to move his left hand, but his left hand was also tied up. And that rules out his left hand. Nope. Who cares about reading the rest? Apparently that was only half of it. Well, we gotta get this ball rolling, you know? It's too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand. But there's something off about it. The bloodstain on this palm of his right hand. The palm of his left hand, rather. Is that his left hand? Oh, my mic almost fell over. That would really suck. He only had blood in the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain company cuts off. But that's not... Yeah. There's blood on the back of his hands like it was clenched in a fist. There we go. Gripping. There we go. When the blood splattered, he's probably gripping something with his left hand. And he... What are we doing this? He was obviously grabbing the spear. No, he was grabbing the rope thing. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear. That makes sense. It'd be possible to stab himself. What do you think? You know the answer to this one. You should always strike a good angle just fixing an old TV. I got it. It's no mistake that you know it was. What's important was the section of the spear he was gripping. Okay, yeah, there we go. The cord, the handle, the shaft, the blade, the cord. There we go. That's it. Instead of the handle, you use the cord. There are bloodstains on that part. There's a joint that was cut off. That's right. There we go. And ended up on his left hand. How about that? You're not going to say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right? No. Yes, there is. Yes, please. We have the evidence, man. Just present it. How about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time and instead of expecting answers all at once? That's a long plan name. Where it was and how it was positioned. Well, we know that. It was doing the rat fry. I wanna assume this case is pulling some wool over my eyes right hard, and I'm just falling into some mad traps, the maddest of traps. This sounds like there's gonna be some Hangman's Gambit. Please, logic dive. We can do this. I am a fan of logic dive. As soon as I remember the controls to logic dive, because I always can forget the controls to logic dive. Let's break. Okay, there we go. All we need to know. So now we can just cheer out, do some nice snowboarding escapades. Don't want it to go too fast because you never know when random blue thing can pop up and screw us over and almost fall off. That's nice. Watch us fake us out. Oh, no. There we go. So what's the first question? Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? In his left hand, under Nagito, above Nagito. Why the hell would it be under Nagito? But whatever, we can do this. Easy peasy. Let us continue. Let us keep moving forward. Hey, look at that. That's new. Moving death things. You gotta be where they are instead of where they're about to be, because that's just gonna mess you up. Question. Nope. Oh no, I got bopped. Oh no, I'm about to get bopped again. Whoa, ooh, fake out. I'm dying. Luckily those don't do too much damage. Question 2. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? Stuffed plushie sprinklers, the ceiling girder. There we go. We have the evidence for this. This could have just been an easily present the evidence. But I like logic dive. Out of all the things to do, I think I like this one the most, just because it's the one I lose the least. I actually do lose a good amount of HP on this, case in point. But at least like it's because I suck at skateboarding instead of that. Can't jump over those things. Good to know. No. Maybe actually not doing this on top speed all the time would probably be useful. But nah. Let's go. That was close. One is question 3 right here. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? The rope in his right hand, the spear's cord, the rope on his left hand. The spear's cord ties this whole case together. Get it? Do we get health for this? I don't think we do. In fact, we're gonna... Okay. Cool. We figured it out. Are we overtime? I can't tell. We might be overtime. I'll just go a few more minutes. Just for the lulz. Who knows how much... I don't know. If shit gets real though soon, this might be bad. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that. Perpendicular in the middle of the air? That'd be awesome. But he used that. Okay. Like that. There we go. A nice diagram. The cord would have been impaled and while he was laying face up. Notice the slight lead streak on the ceiling girder. That was probably got smeared during the setup. Well, there we go. The blood on the cord probably rubbed off of the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. Interesting. He probably chose the spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go all to the trouble just to kill someone with a spear. Yeah, that's what the killer wants you to think. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently? Is this for real? Are we gonna jump to this conclusion? Was that all him? Who knows, man? That's so nonchalant. Just, yeah, you know, stabbing my thighs. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right? He probably covered his own mouth so he wouldn't hear him screaming in pain. God damn. That's beyond crazy. Well, he is a crazy person though, you know? He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us towards the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You know Nagito has more pure motives than that. That's our Nagito. Bro, do you even know him? How stupid of me. I completely underestimated the capacity for malice. Dude, bruh. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form of malice his malice took. Don't be so, despairing, bro. If you were now, he'd probably be sneering at me. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? What became of that? Yeah. So why didn't he just do that in the first place? He had no qualms with killing everyone. He did not have to cause a bomb to scare to reveal the real traitor. He created a scenario? Yeah. Genius. But, okay, he's a fucking bastard who killed himself for the illusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable. That bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed. Sore wa chigao zo. Right? Yeah, something's wrong. I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. Probably just my imagination. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that he committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Or... Nope. No voting time. You're right. It's not as though we can draw any other conclusion. No, no, stop. That's too soon. No. And you just... Okay. Nope. JK. Just a little more. I want you guys to wait a little more. He knows. I can't help but feel like there's something we've overlooked. But the issue is who killed Nagito, right? Even if they identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change. True. But the mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide, but I'm a little worried. I'm worried about starting the voting while there's still a mystery. Yeah, we can't do that. There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Something even he couldn't influence. What would that be? He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it. Okay, a piece of evidence that he couldn't mess with. That would be the files, right? I think. This? I hope. No. Can I, a piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Isn't there that they were looking at that like it was mysterious, but I don't think it's that. What couldn't he have messed with? He couldn't have messed with the notebook, I guess. The blue piece of paper, the poison, this. There we go. Okay, so why is that? You know what? I think we'll talk about this later. In the next part, we will wonder why the Monokuma file has this mysterious significance. But until then, this has been Skittflash. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Bye!